Hi everyone, I'm Nurul Putri Utami. Now I will discuss with you about crisis management. Before entering the discussion, I want to give an idea of what I'm going to discuss. First, we will discuss about crisis management, and the next management business crisis, and the next crisis communication, and the next calculation, and the last is review. And now I want to explain about a management crisis or crisis management. What is a crisis? This theory states that a crisis is a turning point for better or worse, an emotionally significant event or a decisive moment. We all think of crisis as being emotionally charged, but we do not always think of them as turning point for better or for worse. The implication here is that a crisis is a decisive moment that is managed one way can make this work, but if managed another way, make things better. The choice is present, and how the crisis is managed can make a difference. From a managerial point of view, a line needs to be drawn between a problem and a crisis. Problems, of course, are common in business. A crisis, however, is not as common as common. As usually what to think about a crisis is as follow. A crisis is as extreme, even they might threaten your very existence. At the very least, it causes substantial injuries, death, and financial costs, as well as serious damage to your reputation. And the next is managerial business crisis. 5 critical steps in managing crisis. The following 5 steps synopsis by Business Week magazine from the actual experience of companies going through crisis are summarized and discussed next. They are number 1, identifying area of vulnerability. Number 2, developing a plan for dealing with threats. Number 3, forming crisis team. Number 4, simulation crisis drill. And then number 5, learning for experience. Effective crisis management requires tailoring a program to a prime industry, business environment, and crisis management experience. And the next is crisis communication. Virtually, all crisis management plans call for effective crisis communication, but they are not always effectively executed. There are a number of different stakeholders groups in whom effective communication are critical, especially the media and those immediately affected by the crisis. Many companies have failed to manage their crisis successfully because of inadequate or failed communication with key stakeholder groups. It is axiomatic that private communication will be more helpful than reactive communication. 10 steps of crisis communication that are worth summarizing include: Number 1, identify your crisis communication team. Number 2, identify key spokesperson who will be outsourced to speak for the organization. Number 3, train your spokesperson. Number 4, establish communication protocol. Number 5, identify and know your audience. Number 6, anticipates crisis. Number 7, assess the crisis situation. Number 8, identify key message you will communicate to key group. Number 9, decide on communication method. And number 10, be prepared to ride out the storm. And the last is conclusion. Crisis management is not a finish for organization. It's spirit or will instead effort by management. Not all crises will be resolved in the company favor. Nevertheless, being prepared for the inevitable makes sense, especially in today's world of instantness, global communication, and obsessive media coverage. Whatever thinking about the long term, the intermediate term, on the short term, manager needs to be prepared to handle crises. A crisis has a number of different stages, and managing crises requires a number of key steps before, during, and after the crisis. Crisis communication is critical for successful crisis management. When used in crisis management, can help managers fulfill their economic, legal, ethical, and philanthropic responsibilities to stakeholders. And the last is review. So what we can review after the explanation above is defining crisis management and knowing the mindset or step involved in managing a business crisis. So enough of her. Thank you guys. Bye bye.